Last week there was a twist that I didn't see coming, and it's kind of, in hindsight, kind of crazy. I didn't expect it because all the clues were there, and I just didn't think of it. But it made a lot of sense. I mean, they both have pink hair. One of them was like not in the story, even though we'd seen him in the flashbacks a lot, and the brother definitely acted more like the sister did now. So it was certainly, you know, all the clues were there. I should have picked up on it, and I didn't, and that's great. I love when that happens. I love when a story is just like basically handing me the answer. They're like, here you go, this is what it is, and I'm like, get that out of my face. And then eventually they go, it was that, you know, by the way, what I was holding in your face. It's like some of my favorite pieces of media do that, you know. The Prestige does that. If you haven't seen The Prestige, oh my gosh, that movie is great at that. So yeah, anyway, we're jumping into Link Click Season 2, Episode 9. I just woke up first thing in the morning. It's not morning, it's afternoon because I wake up very late. But this is the first thing I'm doing in the day. This is the first time I've spoken today. So this is all fresh and new. Let's jump into this episode. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking, commenting, subscribing. I'm a small channel, so all of that stuff helps me out a lot. And I have a Patreon account in the description below if you want the full-length reactions and early access. You can get the next episode of Link Click on my Patreon account right now in full-length version. And I have a Gent Watches One Piece channel if you like One Piece and so much other stuff. All right, let's jump into this Season 2, Episode 9 of Link Click.
Secure the room right now.
Oh, that's right. He spots him through the crack in the door, doesn't he? Okay, my prediction was he's just gonna get distracted at the last second. They're gonna go, hey, come over here.
Check the security footage.
Yep.
Right.
Thought so.
Can I use your phone?
Oh my god. Really building it up.
Was that our patient who just went out the front door?
No.
Part 1. What? Inevitable tragedy. Wait, why are we splitting this into parts now? We're in episode 9.
Death, considering
Oh,
heart, if any of
it's
my
a
kids
play.
would find thee.
And I am proof against their enmity.
Yeah, that looks like a pretty bad play. I'm not surprised there aren't many people there. Oh, he's into it.
Chin Chin.
Ah, the detective, of course.
The color scheme
speaks
right
highly
now
of
is interesting.
She's too kind. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
We looked at the old plant on Tiantong Road a few days ago, remember?
Were they cheating?
Away from the offices. It's kind of a secret.
You shouldn't put
Join
this
us for
much
dinner?
detail in
You go on ahead.
your lies.
No one likes a third wheel.
Your wedding's around the corner. She'll make a good bride. You're a lucky man.
Oh man.
Forget me. We're talking about you.
I'm mourning it's
My
that
wife
guy,
is-
the younger guy, again.
Trust, sure, I gained a few pounds after the wedding, but a little dieting will fix that.
It's always sad when your partner's like, just stay single to your friend. It's like, what, you're not liking this?
Well, speak up.
What, me or him?
Was it her fault?
It was her fault, of course. She's the one cheating on you,
Nothing
not
to
you.
say.
Listen,
Man,
there's something you should know.
he looked so young I didn't recognize him until Chris Sabat talked. And also the art style right now. Oh my god. Oh, it's overflowing. That's a metaphor. It's too much for him. Part 2. Okay, no, we are doing this. Fortuitous comedy. Comedy equals tragedy plus time.
Not surprising. They were fighting with a hammer and a kitchen knife.
And
That guy's the neighbor.
he's a surprisingly good guy. Whoa! Whoa, the color coming in just to show their pink hair and stuff.
The captain.
Oh. Fucking poor
You're
kids,
safe now.
man. Oh my god. Oh my god. They're both corrupted. And the little girl's the only one who's not. She's just traumatized.
Not true with hunters.
Interesting. Cool, cool way showing the one eye.
I'm sure you will.
Oh my god. Creepiest child. Wow, that looks really cool. Something about the colors there.
Who constantly attack me are the only ones insulting people.
Yeah, well, you are a douche.
You think that'd work?
That's not gonna be where you stop, though.
Who rally internet trash against me to shut up forever.
Jesus, man. Fucking douche. Oh my god, they keep devolving into evil laughs.
In that case, you shouldn't be asking me.
You should be asking
This will
him.
be up to my friend here.
So much evil
So
laughing.
there is a brain floating around in there.
Such an unsettling meeting. Ugh. You only have 4 seconds, go! Part 3, Siblings Fairy Tale. Alright, this fairy tale. So cute, the art style's so cute. I love it, it's like a little Animal Crossing family, it's so cute.
He's got it real bad for the mother.
Oh my god. What? Is the house on fire? Oh my god! Oh my god. Jesus, this isn't a cute Animal Crossing story anymore. Ah! What the fuck? Did they just say he called him a cuckold?
Man stands such humiliation. You behind
I've never heard a show or anime or anything refer to anyone as a cuckold, I don't think. Oh. Giving him a bow and arrow. Is that like signifying giving him the power? Like the red eyes power? Is that what the bow and arrow is supposed to represent? Oh my god. Jesus, and then he can use it to kill all the birds, because the birds, you know, were the final straw that broke the camel's back. Oh, the girl. See, the girl doesn't like it, though. She's such a tragic character. And she can never, like, I mean, she can sign, but she can't, like, literally speak up about it to others super easily. So she's not used to communicating with other people. And then she sees him doing horrible things, I imagine. Yeah, oh. Destroying another family.
I'm so sorry.
This is a really interesting way to deliver the backstory. Sorry. And so it was too much for her, and she ran away, and that's why he doesn't know where she is right now. Oh. Wow, cool. Holy shit, man. That's so telling, that shot of the two guys laughing but her crying. Oh my god. Oh my god.
He's got it real bad for the mother.
He's the bird.
He's always dropping by.
Bet they're getting very close.
That makes sense. This is a really cool way to tell the backstory. So he's held a grudge against him. I feel so bad for the girl. Finale. Inevitable destiny.
But I don't know what else to do.
Oh? What? Is he not going? Is he stopping himself from going? Okay. I don't know. Wow. Cool way to tell the backstory, honestly. Like, I feel like some of that stuff I didn't necessarily need to see. Like some of it maybe was like, I don't want to say redundant, but I mean, like, there were definitely a bunch of things where they were making connections to make it super clear to the viewer that I didn't need those connections made. I already kind of figured it out myself. But, you know, I don't often blame shows too much when they try to draw that line a bit thicker, because, like, Show Don't Tell is really great and effective for storytelling and stuff. But I do have the opinion that, like, I feel like it's okay if shows kind of hammer home some of their plot lines, because, like, I think it's necessary to the enjoyment of the show sometimes. Like, they're going like, okay, you really need to understand this. You really need to understand this character's motivation, for example. And of course we could imply it, and we could continue to imply it, and they did. They implied what the motivation was originally, and then towards the end of the episode, they're just basically showing flashbacks that are confirming those parts of the motivation. And it's like, they do that because it's like, if you don't pick up on it, you're going to enjoy the show less, and that's not as fun. It's not as fun to have some of the viewers be like, hang on, I didn't get what the hell was happening all of that time, and then they have to look up a essay about what that episode meant or whatever. So even though I had put it together, and then they explained it after I already had put it together, and so it was like those parts of the episode where I was like, I know all this, why is it showing it to me? I still think it's good to have that in there, because not everyone's going to pick up exactly what's going on. But yeah, I really liked the way they delivered the backstory here. I mean, I was okay on it. You know, the black and white stuff I thought was alright, you know, but once they switched to telling it in fairy tale form, and you sort of start to, like, figure out the story based on what's happening in the fairy tale, I think that's a really cool way to do it. I mean, I love the art style, and the art style makes it makes me even more attached to the girl, because, like, she's a cute little fox. You know, it's just like, I just get super attached because I'm like, oh, it's a little fox, like, she doesn't want to hurt anyone, and she's a fox, she's an animal character. So yeah, but I loved it because I loved that little Animal Crossing art style. I wonder if it was actually, like, inspired by Animal Crossing at all, or if they were just doing chibi animals and it just happens to look like the famous chibi animal game. But it felt like they were straight up inspired. Like, when they were doing the laugh, it was, like, very similar to the way that Animal Crossing characters laugh. Like, Animal Crossing characters always do that. Like, they just stand with their arms to the side, stick their heads back, and open their mouth and go up and down while closing their eyes or whatever. Like, it's a classic Animal Crossing thing. So yeah, I loved that a lot, because you see, like, oh, the bird's going around, and he goes and kills all the birds and stuff, but then you see in the flashback, like, here are these two in real life who were seeing the same thing as the birds are. So you're putting together, like, okay, this is what happened here, and this is what happened here, and then you can figure out why the girl ran away, why the girl was no longer with the brother, and then why we found her with the police and stuff, because she saw the shit that he was getting into and was horrified by it, and, like, rightly so. And I think it was really cool to show, you know, when the lawyer came and saw the kids and hugged them both, and then the boy just went into maniacal laughter, and then the lawyer went into maniacal laughter, but the whole time the girl is crying, because it's horrifying to her. She's traumatized, she's in a horrible state, but the other two are broken. Like, they're like, something snapped within them, and they're, like, equal levels broken. They both have suffered this trauma that has, like, taken them to a level where they kind of don't give a fuck, and, like, they're gotta fight back against the world, essentially. So yeah, that was really cool. I mean I liked learning about the lawyer's backstory. I think that was cool. Horrible that, like, you know, I think always whenever I see stuff of, like, a partner being, like, saying to their friends, like, oh my god, you're so lucky to be single, I wish I was single again, or trust me, you don't want to get into a relationship or something. It's like, hang on, this is an optional thing you're in right now, this being in a relationship. Like, I know that there are some things that that like maybe people have that it's like, okay, well, you know, when I was single I used to always do this, and now that I'm in a relationship I don't do that anymore. Like, I understand there's like little things possibly, but overall it should be like the benefits of a relationship should greatly outweigh the detriments to it, and if it doesn't, you shouldn't be in a relationship, because what's the point of being in one then, you know? Relationship's supposed to be about love and care and respect and being better. And like I think I've always had the opinion that like I think, you know, love is the most important thing in the world, and I don't just necessarily mean romantic love. Like familial love is important, and friendship love is important. Like all of these, like finding love in your life, whatever form that love may take, is what I think the world's all about. And I'm not currently in a romantic relationship, but I do think they're super important, and like part of it is that like I haven't necessarily sorted out lately, because for me, I if I got into a relationship, I want it to be, you know, right. Like I've been in relationships before, and in the past I you know, when it's going right it's great, and when it's not going right it can hurt and it can take a lot out of you. And so, you know, I'm not the sort of person to want to like settle for anything. So I'd rather, I guess I'd rather be single than be in a relationship that doesn't give me any satisfaction, you know, doesn't make me happy. So when there's scenes like that where she's like, oh, you should just be single because being in a relationship sucks or whatever, it's like, that's kind of shitty to say, because like, you know, you're basically just saying your partner is doing the wrong thing, or, you know, is a bad partner or whatever. And it's very sad. And like, and then he has that scene of him talking to someone else, talking to I don't know any of the names in this show, I'm sorry. I know like Chung and Lu and Xiaoling. That's kind of it, because it's really hard to remember names in the show. But when he's talking to the detective, and he's saying like, is it my fault or is it his? And then afterwards he has a thought like, oh, maybe it's her fault. And it's like, it is her fault. that is what I believe is like, you know, she is the one that made a commitment and is breaking it. Now the other guy, sure, if he knows, I mean, and he does know, but like, you know, if he knows that they are cheating, he does, you know, he is doing something wrong. He does have a responsibility to not do that, you know, to when a person in a relationship that you're very aware is in a relationship is coming on to you, essentially it'll be like, you're in a relationship. Like if you were single, yes, but otherwise, like, I can't be a part of that. But it's not, the responsibility falls mostly onto her shoulders. It's not the guy who's being cheated on's fault, because unless he was abusive to the point of her being afraid to leave their relationship or something, that's a different thing. But I'm talking about, you know, they have a consensual fine relationship, but she I don't know, feels unsatisfied or wants to experiment around or whatever. That's when it's not okay, you know. And so yeah, like it's always, I always get frustrated and sad in media or in news stories or whatever, where it's like, oh, you know, like the wife cheated with another man, and so the guy goes and beats up that other man. Like, I mean, I'm not saying go and beat up your wife. So, you know, let's get that straight. But this is you should be dealing with this by like divorcing your wife or figuring it out or something. Now hold on, I need to get chicken fingers. Okay, someone asked me how many chicken fingers I wanted. So I had to answer that. But yeah, anyway, so that's, I mean, I'm not giving any like hot takes on cheating or anything, I don't think. But I do think it's like something, you know, it's a big theme in this episode, so I wanted to say it. Anyway, that's Link Click Season 2, Episode 9. Thank you for joining me. Make sure to support this video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. And go to my Patreon account if you want the full-length reaction and early access. You can get next week's episode on there right now. And go to my Gent Watches One Piece channel if you want One Piece. There's so much stuff for you to check out from me, so go check it all out. Go watch some other videos on this channel, and I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.